Hello everyone, it's Marek here, and this is another video. This time we're going to talk about resizing images, or clips for that matter, but I'll be focusing on images here in Adobe Premiere Pro. And the way we can automatically resize them as well. So I'll show you a couple of interesting things here. Now I put a sequence together here already, and what I've got here is a sequence with some images. Let me just zoom in so you can see better. Here we go. Just a bunch of images here in certain order, no specific order. And this sequence is actually a square 1080p, say for Instagram, for example, or social media in general. So the kind of a challenge I've got in here is I've got images, as you can see in my project panel. So most of the images are in landscape mode, some of them are in portrait mode as well. I didn't add this one, did I? Okay, let me just drop this one here as well. So basically you've got images in different aspect ratios, and they're all different from a sequence because the sequence is a square. So on some of these images, like this one, doesn't look right at all. Okay. Also, bear in mind that Premiere doesn't resize the clips by default. So some of them may just be the wrong size. This one could be a bit bigger. Okay, this one could be smaller, and this one could be smaller as well. Okay, so there's a bit of a challenge I've got in here. Now, you probably know that you can select some clips. So what you can do here, if you have these clips, which are all different sizes. Now, the main thing I'm trying to do here is to make them fit into the frame, and then we could resize them potentially. So what we can do here really quickly and easily is we can select all the clips in the timeline, right click on one of them, and we have two options here: scale to frame size and set to frame size. Now they both create the same effect, you could say. So if I just move my playhead so we have something which is way too big, it was this one, the doctor, for example. Okay, so the all clips selected. I'm going to right click and I'll do scale to frame size, and so resize them all to make them fit into here. So we may need to adjust it because we need to decide what to do, but they're all going to fit. It will be the same with this one here as well, and all the others as well. Because we have different aspect ratios, we may need to resize them and decide how to resize them ourselves as well. Now, if I just undo the last step, we can also do the set to frame size, which will do the same thing. Okay. The main difference with these two is when we do, I just did undo. If you do scale to frame size, when you go back and right click, scale to frame size is like a tick. So you can turn it on, you can turn it off. So I can turn it back off to go back to normal view. Okay. Where with the set to frame size, this doesn't leave a tick. Okay. And if you want to see if your clip has been resized, use the effect controls panel here. I'll just need to deselect all the clips at the moment. So click on this one, and then under motion and scale, I can see it's 56.3. This would normally be 100. So this has been resized, this has been made smaller. Okay. So you can just quickly resize them. Now, what if we want to make them bigger? Well, let's say that we have, like in this case, I've got a majority of clips which are landscape mode. I just need to make them fit into here. I just need to make them taller, bigger, basically. Okay. Now, what we could do is I could take one, so say maybe the first one. I'll change the scale to make it fit. So say about 88%, for example. Okay. And I can copy this clip. So I can just copy that. Select all the others. So we don't have to do it one by one. Now I'm actually selecting almost all of them in this case. So I could use track select forward tool technically, but this I don't want to select this one here. And then I could do edit, paste attributes. And the paste attributes, I'm just pasting the motion here. Not time remapping, not the opacity, just the motion for all these clips. Then I'll click OK. And then they're all going to be resized. Now, by the way, when you move through your timeline, and you want to check, like when you look at the previews, they seem to be like the same as before. So if you want to check, what you can do is, you can use the down arrow key on your keyboard to move to the next cut. So I'm just checking these images. Okay. Now this one's too big because we pasted the scale. So this one would need to be altered. But I can just quickly take it down to, say, this size, for example, and then down arrow key again. This one's okay, this one's fine, that's fine. Here, I think it's too big, so I'll make it, so zoom out. Oops, by the way, when you start changing properties like the scale in here, check which clip you have selected, because as I'm changing here, nothing happens because I've still got this go clip selected. Let me just undo the last step. Let's double check the go. Okay, so go back here, select the clip. Or here's a tip for you. As you move down the timeline or up the timeline, if you want the clips to be selected, if you go to sequence menu and then selection follows playhead, turn this on. This will select the clips for you. So you won't make this mistake again. So go down, this one's fine, that's okay, but this one is too big. So I need to zoom out on this one. Actually, this one's fine. I just need to move it here. Here we go. Maybe like this. And then down arrow key again. This one will just need to be zoomed in a bit. Maybe like this. So going back up, just to double check the clips. I can move this one maybe horizontally, so she's more within the frame. Maybe like this. Okay. Oh. This one needs to be zoomed in a little bit. Okay. Now, if you want to apply, say, transitions between all the clips to make it look like a slideshow, what we could do is select all the clips in the timeline, go to your effects panel to video transitions. If you want to apply it to all these cuts in here, you need to make the transition you want to use your default. The one with the blue box in here. So I'm happy with that, but if you want a different one, you can right click on any other transition and make it your default. And then with all the clips selected here, we can do Ctrl D, Command D on a Mac to apply your default transition to every single cut. This is super cool. So if I go back to, even here, I can just press spacebar and they're going to play with transitions between them automatically. If you're interested in creating slideshows with transitions between them automatically, have a look at one of my other videos about automate to sequence feature. Great feature. Okay. So this is great, and then you can just add some music to it. And you got all these transitions here. If you want your clips, your images to be certain duration, you can actually change it in your preferences. So the edit menu on Windows, Premiere Pro menu on a Mac. It's either timeline or playback. I think it's the playback one. And in here you can change default. Oh no, it's the timeline. So by default, each image will be 5 seconds long, but you can make it shorter if you want to. This will not affect anything that you have in your timeline already. This will just apply next time you drop images into your sequence. You can also change the transition duration. So I normally change it to 1 second as well, because I normally tend to add at 24 frames per second, not 25 frames per second. You can also change the duration for your transitions as well if you want to, but it's 1 second, so it's perfect. So I'll click OK. Okay, so that's how you can quickly create image slideshows and apply your transitions, your scale, to multiple images, multiple photos at the same time. Okay, I hope you enjoyed it. Thank you for watching. I'm Marek Mularczyk from marekmularczyk.com. If you liked the video, please hit the like button. If you haven't already, please subscribe as well. If you have any questions, any comments, just put them in the comments below. And thank you for watching, and I hope to see you soon on another video, which will be coming out in the new year, after New Year, because it's almost Christmas. So thank you very much, thank you for watching, and see you soon. Bye bye for now.